Morning everybody. Today I thought I'd share with you a day in the life of an author. Today I'm driving a massive truck. Just got to the first job. I only slept for about an hour last night because the mattress is bad. It's like sleeping on a sack full of fists. It's not exactly a glamorous job, but it pays the bills on night writing. Yes, today I'm going to be clearing all of this garbage out of here and putting it in there. Yeah, not the prettiest job in the world. What's this got to do with being a writer? Oh, the decadent life of a novelist, shifting garbage from one place to another. So why am I doing this strange, disgusting job? Well, there are a few reasons. There is one point though. There is a reason why this job is considered a key worker job, while wearing a tie in a meeting room is not. Too many people believe, I think, that success is measured by your ability to purchase a tie. It's not so. I already mentioned that I didn't sleep much last night because of the evil bed. I was also up until 11:30 writing a short story. A very interesting opportunity came up on Twitter. Somebody whose name I can't remember, but I will post his Twitter handle here, put out there that they had an idea for an anthology of horror stories that would be like those American Hallmark nice Christmas stories, suburban, warm love story type Christmas stories, turned horror, a monster, and I liked the idea, and so did a publisher who saw the tweet and jumped on board and said, okay, we'll pay so much a word for anybody who passes the submission process. And so a deadline was made the 30th of November, and this was on the 17th of November. So it didn't give just didn't give very long to write a story and get it polished and submit it. Yesterday was the 23rd of November, sorry. Well, I've been saying September. And I had an idea. And I wrote it. I had it yesterday morning, the idea. I wrote it yesterday evening. As I speak right now, Rachel is at home going through it, seeing if there's any mistakes. And later tonight when I get home, it's going to be sent off to a few beta readers who are going to give it a quick run through. And then it will be submitted, so with any luck I will have a story published in a horror anthology if it gets accepted. I hope it does. It's good and it's gory and it's disgusting. I think you'll like it. And it's Christmassy. But none of that answers the question of why I do this job. And there's two very solid reasons. One is so that this job starts at 6 a.m. This job starts at 6:30 in the morning. I'm generally home by midday, which means I can look after Rachel, who has some chronic pain, which you can, if you go over to her Chronic DB channel, she talks about that a lot. You can understand what she's going through there. I won't go through it here, but I care for her in the afternoons. And it also means I can write in the afternoons, whereas a normal job that finishes late wouldn't really give me that time. In fact, I've had proper jobs. I worked for a decade as a manager, and I had 170 people under me across 46 sites, and I wore a suit and I had a haircut. And it didn't really fit me. I never suited being the man going around doing disciplinaries and making people redundant, and it hurt my soul, and so I decided to leave. And then I suppose I was confused about what success was measured by. And so I got a job that paid very well, but meant I was working 6 days a week, 12 hours a day, and I didn't write for quite a few years, having written 2 novellas in 2010 and 2011. I didn't write anything substantial for like 10 years, apart from, articles and music reviews and short stories. And then I was very fortunate to get fired from that job, which I recommend highly. Never quit. If you feel like a job is coming to its end, do your utmost best to get fired. Leave nothing to death but a burned out castle, as somebody said, not Nietzsche. Although I did hear somebody attribute that quote to Nietzsche. I don't think it was him. I will check, and I will put here who said it. So I got fired, and instead of getting another job that paid well, I decided to get a girlfriend instead, which is called Rachel. And she's excellent, and she changed my life, encouraged me to get back to writing properly, and gave me permission really to get a low-paid job that meant I was home in the afternoons to focus on that. And we changed the whole living situation and moved into a caravan, which we are now regretting, but we are sorting that out. And so, since I've been with her for the last couple of years, I've written a novel, a few novellas, a screenplay, and things are moving. So that is why I have this job. It's all about, it's part of my life, or my journey of being a novelist. It's being allowed to look like a hobo, write freely, not be overtired, freedom to spend lots of time with my daughter and my partner. I didn't even have time for a relationship in my last job. I had lots of money, which I spent on lots of whiskey, which I no longer do as much. Anyway, I'm heading off to the tip to get rid of this load of garbage. Then I will be at home, and more of my day in the life of an author would be recorded. Time to get weighed on the way out, and home for the edit. It's 2 o'clock, and I'm home! Hello, darling!
Hi.
She's briefly in there. Oh, she's been doing decorating since I've been gone. Look, we have Christmassy robot ornaments, and Christmassy dinosaur ornaments, and Christmassy tree, and Christmassy lights. Our laptops are out. Rachel finished editing my story whilst I was about to leave home, and I will show you a little clip which will show you why I love her, because she is more violent than I am in her imagination.
Needs to be more blood.
Cut to WhatsApp message. You see, anyway, I'm home, I'm going to have a shower, then I'm going to have an author nap, which is a very important part of an author's life.
Not an awful nap.
An author nap. And then shower, and then school run, and then words. Shopping.
Play with it. I want to play.
My camera is so bad. So, I'm home from shopping, I've done chores, and food is in the oven, and now we are recording a video for Rachel's YouTube channel. For Chronically B. Look, there she is.
Hello.
And there she is. There's the green screen. There's the light. There's the light. So, yes, her video is recording. So maybe, wait, I should show. See, look, there's my video in Rachel's video. No, it's okay. I'm gonna. So, we're gonna do this. Bye bye. I'm not doing anything.
You're videoing.
I'm videoing you like it's like a making of.
Why are you videoing me when that's already filmed?
It's like a making of documentary for my channel. I'm just filming. I'm in the director's chair.
Okay, so back to it now. So yes, over the weekend I ended up in hospital. For a few weeks I've been struggling with...
We've finished recording Rachel's video. Do you mind if I... There's the beautiful Rachel. Her video is done. It is now 10 to 6. I've been awake for 12 hours. Now this is a video, as I said at the beginning, a day in the life of an author. And you will have noticed that I've been awake 12 hours and not written a single word. This is how most authors' lives are, because what percentage of authors actually earn enough to not work?
It's 12.37.
12.37.
Yep.
I think I'm going to look this up and I'm going to put the statistic right here.
I just told you the statistic.
The real one, not the one Rachel made up.
I didn't make it up.
Alright.
I was Googling it today.
Are you?
No.
No. I think about 90 and more % of all authors have to work full time to actually pay the bills.
Oh, I got it the wrong way round.
Yeah, you got it the wrong way
Yeah,
around.
sorry.
And so, yes, this is an author's life is work and chores, and then they try and chisel out a small piece of day to get those words down, even if it's only 200 words. Dinner is in the oven. Me and Rachel are going to eat in a minute. We're going to watch an episode of Long Way Up. We normally watch one episode of something a day, if we're lucky.
We don't like TV, that's why.
No.
It's rubbish.
Rubbish.
But obviously YouTube isn't.
You like YouTube?
YouTube's great.
Yes. So, we are going to eat, and then we are going to write. Are we going to write?
Yeah, I want to have a little dance though later.
We're going to have a little dance, and then we're going to write. Yes. Us again.
Hello.
So, on this Guardian website page there, we were talking about how many people who are authors, traditionally published and self-published, are actually able to pay the rent and whatnot from just the book sales, who don't have to work full-time as well.
And it says here that 53.9% of traditionally published authors and 43.6% of hybrid authors report their earnings are below $1,000 or less a year.
And only 1.3% of traditionally published authors actually earn
more than 100 grand.
More than 100 grand. I mean, I would be happy just earning 20 grand a year from writing. That would do me. But still, that's in a very small minority. So when you decide to spend... Whoa, the light just changed. That was amazing. When you decide to dedicate yourself to writing a novel, and it takes a lot out of you, and it takes a lot of time, and it's hard work. It's hard on the soul, and it's hard on the mind. And it takes just physically time. You're not doing it for profit, really. You're doing it for pleasure, because we are masochistic sadists.
I am.
Yes, baby. Long way up. Pausing that. Dinner has been served. Now today, dinner was chosen by Rachel. After she did the school run this morning, she went into the shop to buy dinner, which
I didn't
she does
do the school
sometimes.
run.
Oh, you didn't do the school run. She was going to do the school run.
It was a false start.
It was a false start. Kirsty got the bus and we didn't know. And so Rachel was out and about. And so she went and got dinner. Now Rachel, some of you will know, has fibromyalgia, which means she gets fibro fog. Which means sometimes she gets a bit confused in the shop and just buys random food. She walks around going, "Oh, I like that." Forgets what she's bought, sees something else. "Oh, I like that." And so she brings home a random assortment of foods for dinner, which I then arrange on a plate, so it looks like a meal, even though it isn't. Well, it is finally writing time. The glass of wine is full. Procol Harum. Oh wait. I better pause that, otherwise I'll get copyright claimed for having Procol Harum in the background. I don't own that music. So, I don't know what time it is. What time is it?
10 to 8.
10 to 8. So, and finally, writing time. That short story I told you about earlier. Got a new ending for it after speaking to Rachel when I got home from work and having a look at the edits that she did for me, which were extremely helpful. So yeah, there it is. Time to go. Writing time. I suppose I should sign off here. So this has been the day in the life of an author. It has mostly been not doing author things. It's mostly been working, shopping for food, and, you know, school runs and normal boring things. Going to the tip and emptying rubbish from the tipper truck, which is fun. I like my job, even though it's crummy. I like it. Alright, words, call me. Off I go to write. My videos aren't normally like this, but if you're new here, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Join me on my writing journey as this time next year, Rodney. Okay.